Hey there, Holly. It was so great to get the chance to talk to you today.
Oh, hey Renee. Don't mention it.
Oh, and I just wanted to say I am super sorry to drop in on you unannounced like that.
Yeah, well, it happens. Life likes to throw curveballs every now and again. If you could give me a bit more notice next time you wanted to drop by, then maybe I can have my hair finished drying by the time you get here.
Gotcha. I'll be more careful from now on. Hey, by the way, there's something else I wanted to ask you. When I went to use your bathroom, the door to your back room was open, and I couldn't help but take a peek inside.
Wait, didn't I have that door locked?
Nope, it was open. But anyway, when I looked inside, I saw a gorgeous white dress. So, tell me, girlfriend, is that a wedding dress?
Yeah, actually it is.
Oh my god! Then that means you have some big news to tell me, right?
Well, no, actually. I hate to disappoint you, but that's a dress I'm making, not one for me.
Aw, really? That reminds me. Every once in a while, I see you leave your apartment and you are totally dressed to kill. But it's always kind of at random times, so it doesn't seem like you're going into work or anything.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were spying on me or something.
Please, girl. I have way better things to do than to spy on you. We live in the same apartment building. I'm gonna see you from time to time. But yeah, I think I remember hearing a while back that you were doing some kind of remote work. Oh, I get it. You have been hiding something from me.
I have?
You have got yourself a secret boyfriend, don't you? Why didn't you tell me about him? What's he like?
No, that's not it at all. I definitely do not have a secret boyfriend. Most of the time, if I'm heading out of my apartment during the day, it's because I've finished a dress and I'm on my way to deliver it. In my line of work, there's a lot of personalization, so I meet directly with the person who ordered the dress pretty often. And a lot of my clients are upper-class people, so, I can't exactly go and knock on the door of a luxurious mansion wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. So lately I've been thinking, don't single mothers have it really rough out there? Like, it seems like they're all busy all the time, right?
Wow, that was quite an abrupt change in the conversation.
You know me, Holly. I say what I think, for better or for worse.
For better or for worse, indeed. But yeah, I would definitely say I agree with you. Unless they're lucky enough to have a super involved ex-husband, they've basically got to do the jobs of both a mother and a father by themselves.
For real. They have to work, do the housework, and take care of the kids. Something's got to give there, right?
Yeah, it sure can be hard to strike a healthy work-life balance as a single mom. Hey, if you don't mind, I kind of need to be going right now. I've got a meeting with a client coming up, so I got to get ready for that.
Oh, sure, your client, huh? Are you wearing a little something special for this client? Maybe something lacy and revealing?
What makes you think I'm so popular with guys anyway? No, Renee, I am not going to see my boyfriend. Because I don't have a boyfriend. Honest. Okay, I gotta run then. Talk to you later, Renee.
Talk to you later, sweetie. If you're not too tired, tell me how it went. I'd love to hear every little.
Did something happen? Are you all right?
Don't you play dumb with me. I just saw you walking into a wedding planner's office. And who was it who walked in right alongside you? None other than the hottest man on our floor and, in fact, in the entire building, Mark.
Oh, that? Well, yeah, that's right. I was there for work and we just so happened to arrive at the front door at exactly the same time. Crazy coincidence, huh?
Coincidence my ass. You're a dirty, rotten liar.
What?
You don't deserve him. I do. I don't care if you live on the same floor as him. I wouldn't even care if he was your next door neighbor. That does not give you the right to put your filthy hands on my man.
Renee, what are you talking about?
I know what you're thinking. You thought that you would have him all to yourself just because he's a single father, right? No woman would want a guy with kids like him, but you thought wrong. I'm not going to let you get away with this.
please calm down for 1 second. It's all very simple. I'm at this wedding planner's office to meet with a client regarding a request I'm working on. It was pure coincidence that we got there at the same time, I'm telling you. And besides, he's engaged to be married, and I understand the wedding is pretty soon.
What? Did you just say Mark is getting married?
Well, yeah, he is.
Oh my God, it all makes sense now. You really are a piece of work to lie to me like this, Holly. That's why there was a wedding dress in your apartment.
I know what you're thinking, but you've got it all wrong. That dress has nothing to do with Mark, his fiancé, or his wedding.
You're gonna have to do better than that to fool me. I am not that stupid. I'll hand it to you. You gave me a pretty convincing story earlier about making it for someone else. But now the truth is out. That was your dress.
Please, you have to believe me. It's not mine, I swear. I am making that wedding dress for a client. I can show you some of the documents with notes from our meetings if that would convince you.
There is nothing that you could say or do that could convince me. I already know that you're a liar, Holly. You could just as easily write up some fake notes and pass them off as being from your fake client. Don't you think you've heard the last from me about this, Holly? I will not allow you to marry Mark.
It's not your call to make, or mine even. Mark can choose whoever he wants to marry. And once again, it's not me.
Shut up, liar. I should have known I couldn't trust you. Poor people like you lie like you breathe.
Did you just call me poor?
Yeah, duh. The only reason a mother would have to work is if the family was so dirt poor that they'd starve if she didn't. And that's why you're working now, right? You're having trouble making your rent payments?
No, I've wanted to be a wedding dress designer ever since I was a little girl. It was like a dream come true when I got my first job at a bridal shop, and I've worked my way up to where now people will come to me personally and ask me to design their wedding dress for them. My husband knows all about how much I love my career, and he's fully supportive of me keeping it up even now that we're married and have children.
Oh, wait just 1 second. Did you just say husband? Oh my God, Holly.
Okay, Renee, I am getting really concerned about you now. Are you okay? Is there anyone else with you that you can talk to? I wish you could just take a second and calm down. You've got the totally wrong impression about a lot of things right now.
I know exactly what's going on. I will not allow your wedding to happen. I am putting a stop to it right here, right now.
Renee, please, you need to calm down. Go take a hot bath, drink some herbal tea, do something. Then come back and talk to me, okay? I know that if you'll give me a chance, you'll understand everything.
Screw you, Holly. Mark is mine. Do you understand me? Mine.
Prepared for the worst when I saw that you were holding a pair of scissors, but then you just ran down the hall and cut up the wedding dress I was working on? What were you thinking?
I'm thinking that I feel way better now. That's what you get for trying to steal my man, Holly. Good luck walking down the aisle in a shredded up dress like that. Sorry, but no rags to riches story for you. I'm the one who's gonna marry Mark. He's not interested in a broke single mother like you.
You think I'm a single mother?
You are one. What, did you think you could pull off a Brady Bunch thing with him or something? Not a chance. Mark's a high-powered businessman. He is way too good for the likes of you. Learn your place, peasant. Want a husband? Go down to the homeless shelter and find one.
Renee, I'm not a single mother.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm married to the father of my children, by the way.
Stop lying to me. I have never seen a man going in or out of your apartment.
That's because my husband's been stationed overseas on business since before I moved here. He's coming back next spring.
That just makes it even worse. You're married, but you're still gonna have a wedding with Mark. You disgust me.
That's not true either. Mark is marrying someone else.
Oh yeah? Then who is this other woman, huh?
His secretary.
Oh, sure, there's a stereotypical soap opera plot, but it still doesn't explain why you were walking into a wedding planner's office with him.
I told you I was there for work. The client I'm making that dress for asked me to come to a meeting with her wedding planner that day, and Mark had a reservation for the time slot after my meeting. That's all.
But then where was his fiancée?
Something came up and she couldn't make it. I told you, it's all a very simple story. Why didn't you just listen to me?
Wait, so you mean to tell me the dress I just destroyed?
Your sister graduated from high school a year after me, right? She remembered that I designed the dresses for the school musical my senior year, saw that I was making dresses now, and asked me to make hers.
Really?
Yes, really. And now if you'll excuse me, I need to tell your sister about her dress.
Wait.
Nope, not waiting. Goodbye.
Holly, are you there? Please answer your phone.
What do you want?
My husband is divorcing me, and it's all thanks to you.
How is that, pray tell?
You told my sister about Mark, didn't you? And she told my husband.
Oh, that? Yeah, I did. I kind of had to, since there was no other way to explain what happened to her dress. Like, what was I supposed to say? What happened to my dress?
I don't know.
And another thing, don't you think it's a bit, inappropriate to be falling in love with another man as a married woman?
Well,
I hear that you've been making passes at him lately, but you're still nothing more than neighbors at this point. So it really doesn't make sense that you would get so crazy mad over seeing me and him together. So much so that you broke into my house and destroyed that dress. And then there's your whole Mark is mine thing. I have to say, I don't really blame your husband for wanting to divorce you after that.
This is insane. Why didn't you tell me that the dress was my sister's when I first asked you about it?
Because she's a client, and that's private information. It doesn't matter if you're her sister. I still can't divulge that information without her consent. Speaking of which, you said the door was unlocked when you saw that dress, but that was a lie.
What? Why do you say that?
Because I have security seamstresses to start up my very own dress design company.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Sarah, do you have a moment? There's something I'd like to talk to you about if that's all right. Oh, hello Olivia. Always nice to hear from you. I'm actually on my lunch break right now, so I think I should be able to talk for a little bit. What's on your mind? Is there anything that I can do for you? Actually, there is, since you've asked. You see, Rachel has just recently gotten divorced, and she wants to come live with us. Also, she'll be bringing along her boyfriend Tyler as well. Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I'm not understanding correctly. Rachel got divorced and she has a boyfriend? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That's right, her husband found out that her and Tyler were having an affair behind his back, so they split up. It's really a shame my poor sweet daughter getting cast aside like that. But she was the one who was cheating, wasn't she? Perhaps, but that's only because she's really serious about this Tyler guy. They've already been talking about getting married, so they're going to come live with us. Okay, let me just make sure I have this whole thing clear. Rachel cheated on her husband with this Tyler guy, right? And now Rachel and the man that she cheated on her husband with want to come and move in with us? That's right. But you really shouldn't be acting so confused that this is happening. I mean, life is a journey, and you never know where it's going to take you sometimes. You really need to have a little more sympathy, Sarah. I understand that life can rarely go as you plan it, but I think that applies more to Rachel's ex-husband than it does Rachel, don't you think? I mean, she was the one who cheated, right? I really think that cheating is such a nasty term. What happened is that my daughter just so happened to find her true love after she had gotten married. Honestly, you really need to try and keep more of an open mind about these things. I really am not sure if I can agree with you on that one. Well, I guess that just means that you're close-minded and bigoted then. Anyways, that isn't even the main thing I wanted to talk to you about. I see. So then what is it that you wanted to talk to me about? Well, the thing is that Tyler doesn't have a job. You see... Wait a second, wasn't Rachel also a housewife before this? So you're telling me that neither of those two have any sort of employment at all? Yes, that's right. I'm glad that you seem to understand that part easily enough. So anyways, they're going to arrive tomorrow to live with us. Tomorrow? That's way too soon. I know it's sudden. But I also know that you have a really nice, well-paying job, and that's why, for the time being, you're going to pay for all of their expenses. Excuse me? And just who is deciding all of this? I never remember agreeing to that. I am deciding it, of course. I just told you that those two don't have jobs. How are they supposed to take care of themselves if they don't even have any money? So you need to learn to open your heart and give back to your family in need. And just why does the burden of doing all of that have to fall on me? I never agreed to any of this. This is the first I'm hearing that all this even happened. You can't just tell me this is something I'll have to deal with from now on, and I certainly don't want either of them living in my house. I don't remember ever asking for your input on this matter, Sarah. You need to understand that this isn't your house, it's mine. I make the rules around here, and what I say goes. I expect you to go along with this, and I don't want to hear any more complaints out of you. You think that you're in charge around here? Well, of course I am. You're my son's wife, which means that you're beneath me in the family. You just have to be a good daughter-in-law and do as I say. Do you understand? And by do as you say, you mean cover all the expenses for the two people who are going to move in with us tomorrow? I really don't know if there's even room in the budget to be able to pay for 2 more mouths to feed around here. No, you listen here, young lady. You might be my daughter-in-law, but Rachel is my daughter, and Tyler might become my new son-in-law. These are your family members just as much as they are mine, and you will do everything you can for them. But they aren't even married yet. They're just moving in unannounced, and for some reason, I'm the one who's going to have to pay for everything. If you don't like it, then why don't you just get a divorce? If you hate being a member of this family so much, then why don't you just divorce my son and never come back, huh? Because I know that my Rex is a good boy who would always do as his mother tells him. I really don't think that Rex is going to just go along with this just because you want it to happen, Olivia. But I suppose we'll just have to talk about this tonight, won't we? No, I really don't see any point in talking about this. Rachel and Tyler have already packed their bags and they will arrive tomorrow whether you like it or not. You can either accept it or leave. Your choice. Rex, I know that you're away on your business trip right now, but I really could use your advice right now, if you have a minute to talk.
Sarah, of course I have time to talk. Is everything okay? Did something happen at home or something?
Well, it's about your mom, actually. She said something to me this afternoon that really kind of worried me. She told me that your sister Rachel cheated on her husband and now she's divorced. But then she told me that she's still with this guy she cheated on her husband with, Tyler, and then now both of them are coming to live with us. She told me they were going to be arriving with all their bags tomorrow and that I didn't have a say in it at all.
Whoa, what? Hold on, that is a lot to take in all at once. I don't even know how to begin to respond to something like that.
But it's true. She told me about all of this in the afternoon via text. Not only that, but on top of everything I've just said, she demanded that I pay for everything that the two of them might need, since neither of them are working.
Did she really say that to you? What in the world could my mom be thinking? That's just crazy.
I know, right? I tried telling her that it was just unacceptable, but she refused to listen to me.
And Rachel, too. I just can't believe that she would do something like that. I never thought that she was the kind of person at all.
I know what you mean. I just heard that all of this was happening, and I was really shocked that Rachel actually did something like that. But more than that, I was shocked that your mom appeared to take Rachel's side in this, and even pitied her for her divorce.
Well, my mom has always let Rachel get away with basically whatever she wanted. But I think that's all it's done for Rachel is make her think that she can get away with doing whatever she wants. Even I've tried talking to Rachel about not acting out, but she just doesn't listen to me. Still, I never thought that she would go as far as to do something like this.
I know that you and Rachel have had troubles in the past, Rex. You've talked to me about them before. I do really think that you're sweet for trying to talk some sense into her, even though she doesn't listen.
To be honest with you, I think one of the reasons my parents ended up divorcing was because he just couldn't watch my mom raise his kids that way.
Oh, I don't think you've ever told me that before.
By the way, you said this guy's name was Tyler, right? You didn't have to get his last name, did you?
Your mom mentioned it to me once back at home. Tyler Sanders is his full name, I think.
Tyler Sanders. Now that name is really ringing a bell.
Well, I really don't know. I could be getting things wrong. You could say that my mind was on other things while I was talking to your mom.
Of course, that makes total sense. But either way, that name is just really gonna bug me. I think I'll need to look into this Tyler guy. If he's the guy that I'm thinking of, I think I might have actually met him before. He was a friend of a friend of a friend or something like that. But for some reason, the name just stuck in my head.
I see. Well, okay then, if that's the case, let me know if you find out anything interesting about him.
Of course! You'll be the first to know. Anyways, I'm gonna text some friends and see if I can figure this out.
Got it. Good luck with that, Rex. Olivia? Where are you right now? I need you here. What are you talking about? Why are you texting me with that tone, huh? I'm not grabbing dinner with friends. What do you want? Make it quick. I'm trying to enjoy myself. Well, it's about Rachel and Tyler, actually. What about those two? They've been at home since the afternoon. Did you finally get to meet them? Yes, I did meet them when I came home from work. But I was just wondering why those two were in my bedroom and acting like it was theirs. They said they already unpacked all their things and were looking forward to finally having a room again. Not only that, but all my stuff was strewn all over the place in the backyard. I want to know just what is going on here. Well, you gave up your room for those two, of course. That's why I tossed all your stuff outside in the yard. Any other questions? I didn't give up my room to anyone. It sounds to me like you decided that for me and emptied out my bedroom. Well, then I hope this just helps you reconsider about financially supporting these two while they get back on their feet. What are you talking about, Olivia? What does one of those things have to do with the other? I just mean that you were so adamant that you wouldn't be contributing to those two's financial needs. Given that that was the case, I saw a little alternative but to give them your room. I don't care what kind of little games you're trying to play with me right now. I'm not giving up my room or giving them any money. You're trying to rope me into something that I never wanted and was never even asked about, and I'm not going to sit here and take it. Well then, I guess you might as well get used to having your things sitting out on the lawn. You better hope that it doesn't rain. I'd hate for all your things to get ruined. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I did hear that there was going to be rain tonight. And just who do you think you are condescending me like that, huh? I mean, why do you think you get to decide everything that goes on in this house? That's the exact same thing that I would like to ask you, Sarah. You're my daughter-in-law, and yet you think that you have a right to argue with anything that your mother-in-law tells you to do. You ought to learn your place. You really want to talk about who has the right to do what in this house? Of course. And since you were so insistent about disobeying me about giving them money, so I invoked my right to toss all your things out of my house. I honestly can't believe that you're being so cruel to these poor two lovers. They have no place to go and nothing but each other's love to keep them going, and you're really upset that they're in your room? I told you once, and I'll tell you again. You either do as I say, or you can get out. Those are your two options. Hey Rex, I was just curious if you were on your way home already?
Yeah, I'm on a train right now. Should be a few hours before I'm back. How are things going at home? I'm almost scared to ask. But did Rachel and Tyler end up arrive yesterday like my mom said they would?
Yes, they got here yesterday afternoon and they're already making themselves at home. In fact, they've hijacked our bedroom as their own.
Hijacked our bedroom? What does that mean exactly?
Well, when I got home from work yesterday, the two of them had arrived. They had all their stuff unpacked in our room and all my things had been thrown out into the backyard. Your mom said she did it because I was arguing with her. She said that if I wasn't going to help them financially, then it was her right to throw all of my things outside.
You have to be kidding me. Honestly, just what is she thinking? I can't believe my mom is acting this way. It's ridiculous. Sarah, I just want you to know how sorry I am that my mom is putting us through all of this.
Rex, it's not you who should be apologizing, though. It's your mom.
Speaking of my mom, where was she when you got home? And did you manage to get your things back inside okay?
Your mom said she was out grabbing lunch with friends. As for me, I had to quickly go and rent a moving truck to store all my stuff until this gets figured out. I'm staying in a hotel for the time being.
Oh, jeez, I am so sorry you're having to go through all of this.
I'm sorry I couldn't tell you about any of this sooner. I was running around like crazy last night, and I didn't even have a moment to catch my breath until it was already past midnight.
It's okay, it sounds like you need to just take a rest for now.
It's the one right by Union Station that we always walk by.
Ah, got it. Well, would you like to meet me when I arrive at the station? I think I've finally figured out who this Tyler guy is, and we have to talk about.
You really figured it out? Was he the guy that you thought he was the whole time?
It's way too long to even begin to type out, honestly. I'm gonna have to stop by my office after I arrive, but I promise to tell you all about this evening, okay? But still, I arrive at the station in a couple of hours and will tell my bosses I'm taking an early lunch. I really can't wait to see you, sweetie.
Oh, me neither, Rex. I just want all this to be over already. So I guess I'll meet you at the station around 11 then.
Perfect, I'll see you then. Perfect, I'll see you then, Sarah. Get some rest in the meantime.
Hey, Rex, I just wanted to say that I'm really grateful for you telling all about what you found out at lunch. I know that you said you would in the evening, but I just couldn't wait that long to find out.
Of course, Sarah. I didn't mean to tease you with that kind of information. I just wasn't sure how long it would take to lay it all out.
I know. I was really shocked by what you told me. I mean, even having met Tyler, I never thought that he was that kind of person.
I know, right? When my friend told me about him, I just felt myself getting goosebumps and remember a really bad feeling coming over me.
I mean, if that kind of person is living in our home right now, I think I'd rather stay in the hotel than go back.
You're right. That's a good idea. You should stay there until we have everything ready.
Sarah, I am sick and tired of playing this game with you. Just how long are you going to keep us all waiting, What are you going on about this time, Olivia? Don't you pretend like you don't know what I'm talking about. I want to know when you're going to start giving money to Rachel and Tyler. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself? I am not going to give either of them a single cent. I never said that I was going to. I've only told you that this isn't going to happen, so stop asking. You really are starting to get on my last nerve. But if you refuse to listen to your mother-in-law, then I have no choice but to make Rex divorce you.
Mom, are you there? We need to talk.
Oh, Rex! Perfect timing, son. I was actually just about to message you, funnily enough. It's about your wife, you see. I've told Sarah over and over again that she needs to help support Rachel and Tyler, and she simply refuses to obey me. Do you think you could try talking some sense into her?
Actually, Sarah and I have decided to move out of that house.
Wait, what? What do you mean you two are moving out?
Well, Sarah has already loaded up all of her belongings that you threw out in the yard. Not that you've noticed. And I spent all night last night packing up my own things while everyone was asleep. And now Sarah and I are together.
Hold on a second. You two are really going to move out of the house? But where are you going to go? Where are you both now?
I'm not gonna tell you, Mom. In fact, Sarah and I never want to talk to you again.
You can't just cut your mother out of your life like this. That's ridiculous.
No, Mom, the only ridiculous thing about the situation is you. And I'm not gonna stand by any longer while you try to control my wife.
Control her? I am her mother-in-law. I'm not controlling her. She's just disobeying me. Every time I ask her to make the smallest of sacrifices for this family, she flat out refuses to do so. You need to remind her of her place in this house right now.
Mom, tell me how much you know about this Tyler guy that Rachel is seeing.
What do you mean, what do I know about him? He's Rachel's boyfriend, and that's all that matters.
I'm afraid you're quite misinformed. Tyler actually had an affair with the wives of one of my friends.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
And it wasn't just once. Tyler has a history as being a serial cheater. In fact, he has a debt of more than $1 million from all the adultery cases that he was part of.
He owes more than $1 million in debt?
That's right. When I first heard his name, it really rung a bell for me. I asked around, and I'm quite sure that the man who Rachel is seeing now is the same one that's known for sleeping around so much. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this was all part of some elaborate plan of his to have a place to live and get someone to cover all of his bills for him. Maybe he's even roped Rachel into this little scheme of his too.
You don't actually think your sister is trying to scam her own family, do you?
I think that I would really be careful with your money, unless it's already too late. When was the last time that you checked how much you have in your accounts? Unless it's true what Sarah told me about how you took all the money that you got from Dad during the divorce, withdrew it in cash, and kept it for safekeeping in your house.
I thought that it would be a good nest egg for when I retire. Besides, you know I hate all that funny money and card business. The money just doesn't feel real unless I have it in my hands.
And do you think it's possible that Tyler might have heard about this money through Rachel or something?
You don't really think.
I'm just saying, it wouldn't hurt to make sure everything is where you left it.
But that was all my money. It was what I was going to live off of for the rest of my life. This can't be happening. Sarah, are you there? You have to help me. It's just horrible. What is it this time, Olivia? My retirement money. My savings, all $30,000 of it is gone, vanished. Oh, really? You mean all that cash you kept in your room? That's right. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I asked Rachel if she might have known where it went. She told me that her and Tyler used it all on a party that they held celebrating moving in with us. Wow, how do you even spend that amount of money on a single party? That's actually impressive. No, it isn't. It's my money, and I want it back. You have to help me. And just why are you coming to me to ask for help? I would quit wasting your time texting me and start looking for a job instead. But I'm your mother-in-law, Sarah. You owe me for letting you live with me. That's why you have to help me. Olivia, I'd like to ask you something that I've had on my mind for a while now. Do you think that you were the one letting me live with you? Well, what do you mean by that? You don't have any other family or anything, so obviously when you got married, this house would go to me. That's just how you show respect to your in-laws. I know that both my parents are dead, thank you very much. What I want to know is how you think you suddenly own the house that they left to me. I inherited the lease to the house, and I've been paying rent on it ever since. So then, you're saying that you're the owner? That is exactly what I'm saying. I've had this house since before I got married, and after Rex and I did get married, he moved in with me. Then, after your divorce, Rex and I took pity on you and agreed to let you live with us. Of course, that was before I knew just how difficult living with you was going to be. That can't be true! I'm not done yet. Now that you've invited Rachel and Tyler to live with us, I just don't see the point in staying there any longer. I've canceled the lease for the house, and you all have until the end of the month to move out. You, Tyler, and Rachel all better start packing your stuff quick. But you can't do that! Where am I supposed to go? I just told you that I lost all of my retirement money. That's a problem for you to figure out. Apparently, Tyler was in more debt than what he owed to the court. I heard late from a neighbor one night a black van showed up outside our old house. Some strong-looking men stepped out, barged their way into the house, took Tyler and Rachel, and drove off into the night. I don't even want to think about what happened to those two. As for Olivia, with no money and no house, she had to go back to work and learn to live on her own again. I hear that she's living in a tiny apartment, barely making ends meet these days. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Excuse me, Lena, but what do you think you're doing by going back to your parents' home without having taken care of the house chores and the errands I asked you to do? Come back at once and finish up the house chores, and drive me to my lessons.
Good morning, Alice. I'm afraid it's not possible right now as I'm on a train.
What? To begin with, you shouldn't even think about going back to your parents' home right now. I don't care whether you're on the train or not. You can get off at the next station, so come back home at once.
I believe I told you before that my brother is getting married, so I will be away for about a week or so.
I do remember you telling me, but I don't remember giving you the permission to go back. Come back at once.
Please don't talk nonsense. I can't not attend my brother's wedding as his younger sister. It would be impolite to his fiancé's family.
Do you think I care about such a thing? You don't seem to have enough of a sense of responsibility as my son's wife. It seems like I need to be even more strict on you from now on.
Are you telling me that I can't attend my brother's wedding nor go back to my parents' home?
Of course. Why even question the matter? Once you get married, that means that you cut your family ties with your parents. That is a given.
So you say, but in your case, I hear that you are still very much dependent on your younger sister and that you continue to go back multiple times a year to visit your family's house.
What?
And that's considered all right?
It's all right because that's my case.
Oh, I see. In that case, it also means that it's all right for me to go back to my parents' place.
What?
I have to get off the train soon, so please excuse me.
Hold on a moment, Lena. You need to face the facts. You were raised by your father, and you were allowed to marry into a family that manages a company. You need to realize just how fortunate you are. That sort of rebellious attitude gives away your unforgivable behavior. If this is how you want to deal with the matter, then I will take action. Don't come begging for my forgiveness later.
Lena, seems like Mom did something crazy again.
Oh, John.
I came back home from work and was getting out my formal wear when Mom started complaining to me about you. I told her that I didn't have much time and managed to leave the house, but I guess it wouldn't feel good if you were told such things. I'm really sorry. I want just the two of us to live on our own, but I need to make sure that it's the right timing, especially with Dad.
I'm fine. I know what your plans are, and I'm pretty good at resisting, so no worries.
Yeah, please hold on tight for a little longer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, really, don't worry. And where are you now, John?
I just met up with Dad at the train station and am standing on the platform. We'll be taking the train we plan to take.
I got it. Safe travels.
Yep, thanks.
Excuse me, Alice. Nearly all of my things arrived at my parents' place today. This is more or less everything that I had in the house.
Oh, did they arrive? I sent your stuff to your parents' place, of course, with cash on delivery. There was much more stuff than I thought, so packing them was such hard work.
Could you explain to me what is going on?
Well, you ignored my order and went back to your parents' house. That means that you have no intention of coming back here, right? That's why I kindly packed up your things and sent them to your parents' place.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you.
Why don't you just get a divorce now? If you don't plan to come back, that also means that you don't plan to continue being married to my son, right? If you wish, I can send you the necessary divorce papers all filled out for you with my son's name on it.
No, that will not be necessary.
Oh, really? Even if you try to resist getting a divorce, you won't be able to enter this house anymore. After all, you disobeyed your husband's mother's order and went back to your parents' home without my permission. Did you understand me? You are not to come back here anymore.
Yes, as you wish.
Oh, so you do listen to me on that point.
That's right. It seems that we agree on that point. Or rather, it's the only point we agree on. Thank you for sending me my things. However, I can't take any responsibility for whatever may happen later on.
What?
John will be messaging you later. He told me. Please excuse me.
John? Oh, I was just messaging with Lena.
Why did you do such a thing?
What are you talking about?
Things are really chaotic here right now because you sent all of Lena's things to her parents' home. In order to find out what made you do this, Lena messaged you, and you told her to divorce me?
What? You saw that message?
That's right. I saw the messages word for word right next to Lena. Dad was also reading them with us.
Your father? What? Your father is also there? Why? What is going on here? I thought that you and your father were going to attend a wedding of one of your partner company's presidents.
That business partner happens to be Lena's brother.
What? That means Lena's brother's wedding that she attended is the same one that you and your father attended? The one with your business partners?
Goodness sakes, did you think that these would be two different weddings on the same day?
Well, yes.
When we exchanged greetings with Lena's family, I explained to you about her brother. Don't you remember?
Oh, was that right?
And also, I remember now how rude you were when you found out that Lena grew up in a single parent's home. But I didn't think that you would have forgotten everything about her brother when he introduced himself to you. I'm not even angry, I'm just stupefied.
And your father?
Dad is in the midst of apologizing to Lena, her father, and her brother on your behalf.
What?
But this shouldn't be a surprise. To find out that their precious family member was being harassed by their business partner's family. There is now undeniable proof thanks to your messages.
It's not my fault because I didn't know about that.
Even if you didn't know, the fact remains that you were harassing Lena.
This was not harassment. I was just teaching her the basic manners as her mother-in-law.
Oh, stop it. It's just miserable hearing you make excuses like this.
But
Well, whatever it is, the consequence will be the same.
the consequence?
We ended up doing this ahead of the schedule since you sent Lena's things to her parents' house. But enough is enough. There is no use waiting around anymore.
John, what are you talking about?
Dad is going to take the first train back home tomorrow and explain things to you then. That's all for me. Bye.
Lena, you can come back home now.
What?
Also, tell me your brother's contact information.
What is going on? I'm not harassing you, and I need to clear up this misunderstanding with your brother. I hear he's the president of my husband's business partner's company. This is how things are, so you come back home right now and tell me your brother's contact information. Excuse me? Do it quickly. I am no longer a part of your family anymore. What? John has decided to change his last name to mine. What? What are you saying? Also, I hear that your husband asked you for a divorce. How do you know that? Well, I had heard about it from him previously. What? Beforehand? I was so fed up with her awful attitude, and then when she began harassing my son's wife, I really couldn't let things go on the way they were, since this would also damage our business, not to mention our family relationships. That is how he came to his conclusion, he told me. What on earth? What is this? My husband, who I've been together with for many years, suddenly wants to get a divorce? My son, whom I have given everything, is taken away from me by his wife, and he decides to change his name to his wife's surname? Why are the two of them ganging up on me, one after the other? John and your husband decided to act at the same time. What? They figured that if one of them acted before the other, you would come to depend on that person entirely. And in order to avoid having to go through such a situation, the two of them decided to act at the same time. What is that? That's absolutely terrible. You're conveniently forgetting the fact that you harassed your daughter-in-law. I think that is much more terrible in many ways. In any case, give me your brother's contact information now. Your husband and John have told me that. I don't need to listen to a word you say, which obviously means I don't need to follow your orders. This is your husband's mother ordering you to do this. You have to listen to me. Are you not aware of the fact that your position will soon be taken away from you? I don't plan to listen to what you say either, and I am not such an idiot that I would give you my brother's personal information. What the? John told me that I don't need to deal with you anymore. Wait a moment. So please excuse me. Lena! The day after the divorce was finalized, "It's all that woman's fault," said my mother-in-law, and jumped onto the train to come to my parents' house. Or that's what she had intended to do, but for some reason, she got onto the train going in the opposite direction and got off at the wrong train station. It seems that she had not remembered where my parents' home was and got off at a station that sounded similar to the one where my parents' home is. Because she couldn't quite remember the address, the police finally became involved. I'm not sure what she wanted to do. Her relative came to pick her up and was sent straight to her parents' home in the next town. After that, she stayed at the house in which her parents and her younger sister live in, but without doing any work whatsoever. At the moment, they're planning to move her away to a place where she can both live and work in the same place.
Ginny, you're late again. Just how many times are you going to let this happen, huh? I don't get how you're supposed to find any joy in life if all you're doing is working all the time. You need to get your priorities straight. Got it? Mom, are we really going to have to do this whole song and dance again? You do remember that we talked about this, right? I told you that this time of the year is really busy at my work and that there are going to be days when I come home late. Besides, I actually really like my job and it makes me feel fulfilled, so I really don't mind the extended hours as much as you might think. You like your job? It makes you feel fulfilled? Is that supposed to be some kind of joke or something? Because if it's not, and that's really true, then that is just sad, Ginny. Why don't you go out and try making some friends instead, huh? I really don't think it's sad at all. I really enjoy the work, which is what I end up doing every day anyways. I think I'm lucky to have found a job that makes me feel this way. And besides, I do have friends, thank you very much. And on top of that, I have a boyfriend too. All I happen to be doing for now, though, is concentrating on my job since there's so much to be done. And I would really appreciate if you would let me concentrate on my job without making me feel bad about it. You really want to focus on your job right now? Are you serious? Why? What is even the point of doing something like that? Let's get one thing straight, Ginny. You're a woman. That means you have 2 jobs: clean the house and have kids. How about you try focusing instead on those, huh? I think that if you did that, then you would be a lot happier than you are right now. Well, Mom, I'm really sorry to disagree with you, but I think that we're just from 2 different times. Things change, and if women want to go out and work, they can do that. If they want to have kids, they can do that too. The important thing is that women have the ability to make those choices by themselves. You think women have the right to choose how to live their own lives? And you really think that that's going to make a woman happy? Now, I know that you have no idea what you're talking about. That is just delusional. You are doing nothing but lying to yourself by saying that. It's just ridiculous. Aren't you jealous of your little sister? She's been married for years, and just look at her life. Surely you must want a little bit of that, right? Don't you want to get married and have kids? It's all the rage now. I think it's super trendy for young folks like your sister. Mom, I am very happy that Samantha is content with her life. She's my sister, and I love her, but I do not need to follow in her footsteps. I would rather go out and find my own way through this world. Your own way? Who in the world even talks like that? You really are crazy. I just don't know where I went wrong with you. I mean, your sister is doing so well, and you, well, you're just not. You know what, Mom? I really don't need you to understand my choice in life for me to be happy, okay? And just what is that supposed to mean? You think my opinion doesn't matter at all? That's not what I said, but I don't think that you have any intention of trying to see things my way. I know that you and Dad are divorced, but you two are still so similar with how controlling over people's lives you try to be. Well, while other people may be willing to put up with that from you, but not me. So stop telling me how to live my life. Do you think you're cool for doing this? That you're some kind of rebel? You're not cool at all. The only hip one here is your little sister. Hey, Samantha, how have you been? Are you doing well? I've been thinking a lot about you. I was just wondering how that little bun in the oven you have is treating you. Has it started moving? You must just be so excited about this, right?
Hi, Mom. I'm doing well and feeling good too, thank you. And yes, I actually just felt it move the other day. It was so amazing.
Oh, really? You did? Well, that's just wonderful. I can't believe this is all happening so fast. You're going to be a mother soon, can you believe it? By the way, I was just curious when you were going to come back home to have your baby. Have you set a date for when you're going to arrive?
Sorry, what do you mean by that? I'm a little confused.
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean, when are you going to come to my house to have your baby?
Oh, right. Well, the thing is that I was actually thinking that I would go to my husband's parents' house instead to do it.
Oh, really? But why would you want to go and do something like that? I mean, I'm your mother. You should be doing it at my house with me.
I know, and I really would like to, but it's just that you live so far away, and getting there would be really difficult, I think. I just would hate to do anything that made the baby or myself too uncomfortable, you know?
Oh, don't you worry about that. I can just pick you up and drive you back to my place. You won't have to worry about a single thing while you're here with me.
Mom, I really am sorry, but even then, that's 3 hours sitting in the car. I just don't know if I can stand not being able to move for that long.
Oh, don't worry about that either. We can just take little breaks along the way. It'll be like a little road trip for you and the little one.
Mom, I get that you really want this to happen, but I'm pretty far along in my pregnancy, and I get queasy really, really easily. I know that you mean well, but I think that I'd rather just stay here to have the baby if that's all the same to you.
Samantha, you can't be serious about this! Did I do something to make you hate me or something? How could you be treating your own mother like this?
You know that it's not anything like that at all. It really is just a matter of convenience. Greg's family lives around here, and it would be just easier for me to go to her. Besides, they've offered to help with anything I might need as well. I'll be in good hands, so you have nothing to worry about at all.
Well, okay, if you're really going to do it there, then maybe I can go over and be with you until you have your baby.
But Mom, don't you work? I know that it's just a part-time job, but I really don't want you to quit just for this.
Oh, don't you worry about that. I quit my job a long time ago, actually.
Wait, what? You did? I didn't know that.
But of course! I quit my job so to get ready to take care of you full-time while you were having your baby.
Mom, you didn't really go and do something like that, did you?
That's way too much! Samantha, you are my daughter, and I would do anything for you in this important time of your life. I'm not worried one bit about the job. I'm only worried about you. Do you understand?
Mom, please. I know that you want to be there, and I appreciate that. I really do. But at the end of the day, these kinds of decisions are going to be between Greg and I.
But that isn't fair! You don't live here anymore, so how am I even supposed to know what you've decided amongst yourselves? I did all of this for you, and now you're telling me that it was actually all for nothing? I quit my job just to be there for you when you would need me. I wanted to be by your side when you have your baby, and I could see my grandchild for the first time in my life. Is that really so awful?
Of course not. It's not awful at all. I just wish that you would have communicated with us a bit more before you did all this. But I promise that the moment I have the baby, you are going to be the first person that I send pictures to.
I don't want a picture of the baby. I want to see the real thing in person. I gave birth to you, and I want to be there when you give birth as well. Don't forget that it's not just your child, it's my grandchild as well. I have rights too, you know.
Okay, Mom, I think we need to just calm down a little bit.
Oh, I am very calm now, thanks to you. Let me make myself clear. I am your mother, and you are going to come back to my house to have your baby, and that is going to be the end of the discussion. And if you continue to argue with me, then that just makes you an ungrateful and disobedient little brat. Do you understand me? Do as I say, or I will see to it that your marriage doesn't last long after you have your child.
Hey, Jenny, are you there? I really need to talk to you about Mom. I think she's been acting really strangely lately, and I just really need someone to talk to about this right now.
Oh, Samantha! Lovely hearing from you. What has Mom been doing that's got you so upset, though?
Well, she keeps insisting, demanding, really, that I go to her house to have my baby. And when I told her that I had made other arrangements, she got really mad at me. Yeah, I guess that she really wants it to happen, and I just don't think I've ever gotten such angry texts from her in the past.
Oh, wow. That sounds like so much to deal with when you're already going through a lot. Where are you right now? Maybe we can meet up and talk about this in person if you have the time.
I'm actually at Greg's parents' house right now. I told Greg all about what happened, and he brought me to their house for the time being. Both his parents have been so nice and caring and said that they would do whatever they could to make sure that I had this baby safely.
Well, that's a relief. I'm really glad to hear that you're in a safe place with so many supportive people around you. And more than anything, I'm glad you're in a place where you can be safe from Mom. Speaking of, have you heard from her since you last talked? Did she say she was going to do anything?
No, she hasn't told me anything, and I have no idea what she might do about all this. I tried calling her after she texted me because I thought that maybe there was just some miscommunication or something. I tried it a few times actually, but she never picked up her phone.
I see. I wonder what that woman could be up to.
Well, that's actually one of the reasons why I'm messaging you right now. I was wondering if you'd seen her do anything strange or out of the ordinary.
I'm really sorry, Samantha, but I haven't really seen much of her lately. We've entered into the busy season at my work, so I've been coming home late every night and haven't had a chance to check up on her. Even now, I'm still on the metro on my way home.
Oh, right. Well, that makes sense. Nothing that can really be done about that, I suppose. I'm just really worried about what Mom might be up to. I really don't think that I've ever seen her this upset with me, and I'm really nervous.
I know that Mom can be scary at times, trust me. But I think you have to remember that she's probably just worried about you. You know how much Mom loves you. I think she just wants to be there for you.
I know that, but you don't know how hard that kind of pressure can be sometimes. She is always trying to be part of my life and is always trying to guide my actions. Part of the whole reason why I wanted to get married and move out was because I wanted to get away from that. Why do you think I ended up moving so far away from home?
Oh, I see. I guess that I never really thought about it in that way. I'm sorry that you've had these feelings this whole time and I never noticed.
I know that to you it must just seem like Mom is really worried about me and is doing all this because she's thinking of me. But what that means for me is that Mom is going to try and take control of my life again. And if I don't do as she says, then she'll get really mad at me.
Oh, Samantha, thank you so much for talking to me about this. I really do wish I could give you a big hug right now. But I think what matters most is that you don't stress yourself given that you're pregnant. And maybe you can relax a little knowing that it sounds like you're surrounded by people who really care for you and who just want you to do this safely. You have much bigger things to worry about than whatever it is that Mom might be doing.
Right. Now that's a good point. I'll try and calm down and remember that I'm in a safe place right now. But that reminds me, actually. What about you, Ginny? Are you okay with how things are going over there? Mom told me that she quit her job because she assumed that I was going to be going back home to have my kid. I was just worrying about the two of you since you live together and all. I mean, are you two going to be all right financially since you're the only one working now? I would hate for you to get into trouble or something that Mom decided to do for my sake.
Oh, right. Mom actually quit her job about a year ago or something like that. She was always getting into fights with her boss, and one day everything just blew up and she stormed out of there. She hasn't had a job ever since then. All she does is hang out at home, really.
Oh, wow. I had no idea that happened. What are you going to do with that woman?
I mean, that's part of the reason why I haven't moved out of the house myself. I just worry about what kind of trouble that Mom might get into if she's left to her own devices. So I'm partially here to keep an eye on her when I'm able to.
Oh, right. I remember how the neighbors used to talk about our family, especially when Dad was still home and him and Mom would scream at each other in the house. I remember neighbors coming up to me in the streets and asking if I was okay. Or there was that one time that Mom kept trying to set me up with that boy who lives a few blocks away. And then when she finally brought him over, Dad got into a huge fight with him.
Yeah, I really try not to think about that time at all, if I'm being honest.
There were so many things that happened, it's hard for me to remember them at times.
I know. If only there was something we could do about Mom, though. I mean, my boyfriend and I have been talking about getting married for a long time, but I just don't know how it's going to work out with all this.
Ginny, I didn't know that you were putting your life on pause just to deal with Mom.
No. My problems really don't matter right now. We need to focus on you, Samantha.
You can complain, though. I know that as my older sister, you were always putting on a brave face so that I wouldn't get scared when our parents fought. But I know that you've been through a lot, too. You know, maybe if we can't think of what to do, we could go and talk to our uncle about how to handle Mom.
You really think that's a good idea, Sam?
Well, he did tell us that we could call him if we ever needed anything or were in trouble, remember? Of course, that was 5 years ago when Mom and Dad split up, but I'm sure he would still be there for us.
Our Uncle David. I never thought to try asking him for any help with this.
Yeah, I understand why.
We both know that him and Mom don't really talk about that much these days, but still, it might be worth it. I mean, who better than her brother is going to know how Mom works and what she might be planning? And one more thing. Can you please tell your boyfriend that I'm sorry our family drama has affected him as well? Oh, trust me. I tell him that quite often myself. But I think you're on to something about Uncle David. I'll reach out to him and see what he thinks. Ginny, do you realize that you're keeping your sister from coming to the house to have her baby? Sorry, what? I'm not really sure what you're talking about right now, Mom. Don't you play stupid with me, young lady. I know that there's no way that girl isn't just ignoring what I tell her on her own. Unlike you, she's a good girl. So then, just what are you trying to say right now? I mean that you must have something to do with this. Your little sister never disobeys me, and yet when I ask her to come and have her baby here, she says no! I thought she was going to be the daughter that I lived with in my old age, not you. But now she lives a whole 3-hour drive away and hardly comes to visit ever. It's clear that you must be jealous that your sister is so much better than you and you're doing something to keep her away. Well, I'm not going to stand for that. You can't keep your sister from having her baby here. So, if you're not going to be giving me any grandchildren, then you can at least make room for the child that will. Now hold on just a minute. Where is all this coming from? Do you have any proof at all of what you're saying? Oh, please. You still aren't even married. You have no boyfriend. You're still focusing on your career. No matter what you think about it, you are not going to be giving me any grandchildren anytime soon. All you do is care about yourself and your career. You don't care at all what I think, even though I'm your mother. Well, you make it sound as if you think I physically can't have kids on my own, and that isn't true. And I've already told you over and over again that I do have a boyfriend. But more than that, I don't appreciate at all how you're trying to blame Samantha not wanting to come home and have her baby here on me. If you must know, that is something that Samantha decided for herself. What are you talking about? That girl has never made a decision that she doesn't seek approval from me first. I know that you must be lying about that. I figured you would say something like that, Mom, but I think that you really have no idea what you're talking about at all. For example, did you know that the head obstetrician at the closest hospital where Sam could give birth is her sister-in-law? What do you mean? I mean that Greg's older sister works at the hospital and is going to be the one that delivers Sam's baby. Sam just feels safer and like she would have access to more people who care about her and can help guide her through this part of her life. That's the reason why she isn't coming home to have her baby. But then, I still don't get it. Why doesn't she want me to go out there and be with her as well? Well, it was because she didn't want you quitting your job just to be with her when she's already had so much support. She had no idea that you had already quit. But now that she knows, surely it's fine if I go over and be there for her, right? I can spend the night at Greg's parents' place and help out when the time comes, right? But you don't even know where they live, right? Well, surely you can tell me where they live and then I'll just go over there, right? I'm sorry, Mom, but I'm not going to tell you what their address is. It's not really my place to give that information out, and if you don't have it yet, you might not be meant to have it. I don't really want to put myself in Greg's family's bad graces. You what? You can't be serious. How dare you do this to me? Mom, I think you'd need to realize that your presence can be a bit of a stress trigger for Sam, and I don't think she wants you there. Anyways, this conversation is just going in circles, so I'm gonna go now. But please, just think about what I've said, okay? Samantha, you answer the phone right now! Why aren't any of these messages I'm sending to you coming up as read? I know that you can't be busy. You're very pregnant and should be resting right now. So if you have so much free time, I want to know why you're not talking to me. Please, Sam, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to get that upset, but I'm just worried about you, sweetie. You know that I only have your interest at heart. Please, Sam, won't you come home? I miss seeing my daughter so much. I want to see my grandbaby. Is that really such an awful thing to want? Samantha! Answer me this instant, young lady. You do not ignore your mother. Do you understand me? You know that you're the only thing I really care about in this world. Why won't you answer me? Samantha, pick up the phone right now.
Oh my gosh, Ginny. I have something like 200 missed notifications from Mom.
I literally just told her that she needed to think about stressing you out. What in the world is she thinking?
I couldn't calm myself down at all watching my phone buzz all night. I tried putting it on silent, but it kept lighting up all the time. I finally had to block Mom's number.
Well, you only have a couple of weeks before the little one's due date, right? Just hold on till then and don't unblock her. I've had just about enough out of Mom, and I'm going to handle this myself. Ginny, just what is going on here, huh? I woke up this morning and you were gone. What are you doing right now? And why did my brother show up here? He said he was here to pick me up. Just what is going on, huh? So then Uncle David finally arrived? I just told you he did, but I want to know what he's doing here. You know that him and I don't get along. We haven't talked in forever, so what is he doing here? Well, I asked him to come and deal with you since I'm getting married and don't have time for you anymore. Wait, what? What on earth are you talking about? I don't understand. Well, I kind of just spelled it out for you, so... You're really getting married? You expect me to believe that? There's no way that's true. You don't even have a boyfriend. Well then, I guess I'm not sure whose bride I just registered myself as at the courthouse. Anyways, we're going to move in together and I'm going to cancel the lease for the house. No, hold on! You can't do that! That isn't fair! Well, it's like Uncle Brian says, right? If you don't work, you don't eat. But don't worry, I talked to him and he agreed to give you a job at his printing shop. A job? You expect me to go back to work at my age? I don't expect anything from you, actually. But I do know that I probably won't see you again until it's your funeral. Goodbye, Mom. I took a page out of Samantha's book and blocked Mom's number before she could blow up my phone with angry messages and voicemails. I almost didn't, but when I was talking to my uncle, he told me that I wouldn't be truly free until I severed all ties from Mom. I know that seems excessive, but I'd already given up so many years of my life to dealing with her. I know that some people may think I'm being selfish, but sometimes that's how people need to act to protect themselves. Anyways, now I'm living with my husband, and we're planning for our wedding. Meanwhile, my mom had no choice but to move back into her brother's, whose print shop she now works at. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
homeroom teacher. Oh, hello, Vicky. It seems that we both have our daughters in the same class this year. That's right. I hope we'll have a good school year together. Yes, me too. And you said something about the homeroom teacher? Is it true that you and Miss Moss went to the same university and were in the same school year? Oh, yes, that's right. But we weren't all that friendly with each other to begin with. At school, I plan to interact with her only as my daughter's homeroom teacher. I also told her that. I see. But in that case, it might be easier to talk about this with you. What happened? Well, today, my daughter came back home crying. Oh? What happened? She was asked to solve a problem that they hadn't covered in class yet, so she said that she doesn't know the answer. Then Mrs. Moss said that this is why a family with a single parent have stupid kids, and those who grow up without a father come out this way, and so on. She was under verbal attack for quite a while. What? Then it seems that your daughter, Judith, tried to help my daughter. Oh. I am really grateful for that, but since I know that your family is also like mine, so if you become the target, that would be very troublesome, so I thought I should let you know about it. Thank you for thinking about us. I'll ask my daughter about this later. It might also be helpful if you could let me know how you might handle this if that were to happen. Yes, I see. Thank you for the information. No, thank you. It was wonderful that Judith came to my daughter's help. If there's anything else that comes up, I'll pass that along to you. Yes, thank you. Miss Moss, do you have a moment now? Oh, look who it is. It's rare that you would contact me, Raina. My daughter came back home crying from school. She tells me that you tore her textbook into pieces. Could you explain what's going on? Oh, about that. This is also your fault as a mother. Me? I know you're poor since you come from a single mother's family, but that doesn't mean that you don't have to pay for the tuition. I am paying the tuition. You were crying on the phone as you were called to the office to say that you can't pay for the tuition. What? Did you think I wouldn't know about that? Unfortunately for you, I happened to be in the office at that time. As punishment, I tore your daughter's textbook because she didn't pay for her tuition and attend my class. I am also working for my salary. I will deal with these matters as business. Excuse me? Are you talking about the matter regarding the system error the bank was experiencing on the day of the money transfer? What? I happened to go to school on another matter. I just telephoned the office to inform them that I would pay the tuition in person and in cash. What? You can confirm with the school. There would be record of the payment. What? You paid? Yes, I paid for the whole amount. Miss Moss, you were also making another girl cry yesterday, weren't you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Like my family, this girl came from a single mother's family, and I hear that you asked her to solve a problem that you haven't covered in class yet. When you saw that she couldn't answer the question, you brought up her family situation and showered her with verbal abuse. It seems like you are quite biased when it comes to a single mother's family. Miss Moss, would you care to tell me out of what reason you are doing such a thing? What? You don't realize it yet? What are you talking about? This is my revenge to you. What? A revenge? You think you can send your daughter to a private school when you come from a single mother's family? That's not where you belong. I thought I'll start by giving that girl a bit of a hard time. But as for you and your daughter, I can't forgive both of you, so I'll just beat the crap out of you both. What do you mean? Your daughter. Her father is Sam, isn't it? What? It seems like you divorced him a long time ago, but it basically means that you took Sam away from me. I really was in love with Sam, but in the end, he dumped me. Then a year later, I hear that he got back together with his ex and married her. What the hell?
That's why I can't stand neither you nor your daughter. You understand me?
Miss Moss, no. From here I'll speak to you as your former classmate. My daughter's father is not Sam.
What?
I have also heard that Sam got back together with his ex and that they got married. But she is someone Sam had dated when he was in high school.
What? A high school sweetheart? Then your husband is...
Judith's father, and my husband died 2 years ago.
What?
So I said what I wanted, so I'll end speaking to you as your former classmate. Miss Moss, it seems that you still don't realize who runs your school, do you?
What about it?
You don't know who I am?
What? You're my former classmate from college, and now you're a parent of one of my students.
There is also one more.
What is it?
I am one of the managing directors of your school.
What? What?
I think teachers should be aware of who their managing directors are, don't you think? Rather, I have seen you several times at school, but you didn't realize that I was one of the managing directors despite that?
Oh my God.
But anyway, Miss Moss, the way you have been treating some of the students in your class is unacceptable. We will be convening a meeting with the other managing directors to discuss your case.
Oh my God, no way!
In your hiring process, there was a managing director who recommended you, and he told me that he'd have been completely deceived by someone who had talked highly of you. We will notify you when we decide what measure we will be taking against you. Until then, please refrain from coming to school.
Raina, give me money.
What? Oh, Miss Moss. I guess it's been half a year now?
Money!
Give money? I to you?
That's right. I hear that you come from a pretty wealthy family, don't you?
So you're demanding money from me?
That's right. Because of you and all the confusion you caused, I was fired from that school. And now I can't get myself hired by any school.
Confusion? What are you talking about?
I thought that you had a daughter with Sam, but that turned out to be wrong. You weren't poor, although you came from a single mother's family. And that you were one of the managing directors of the school. You caused me all the confusion. You are to blame. If you have any intention of apologizing to me, then $50,000. No, give me $100,000.
$100,000? I have absolutely no intention of making an apology, so I have no reason to give you the money either.
What?
If you had wanted to find out who Sam got married to, you could have easily found out through your friends. Also, your bias led you to assume that a single mother family is poor, which is just complete nonsense. I have been a managing director of the school before you came to teach at the school, and that you didn't know this basic information is your own fault. On top of that, to harass your own students based on your prejudice and personal revenge means you are not fit to be a teacher.
Terrible!
A teacher who is supposed to teach her students should not rip their textbooks. That is just horrendous.
But now I can no longer continue being a teacher, and I can't find a job.
I see. And you are demanding money from me. So I guess you threw away your pride?
What on earth?
If you think that I would help you out, you are utterly mistaken. You need to realize that.
Hey!
Bye! Because she was so persistent, I got carried away myself towards the end. But perhaps thanks to that, it seems like my words had some effect on her, because Miss Moss has not contacted me since that time. According to what I heard from a friend of mine, after she had demanded money from me, she was forced to move out of her apartment because she could no longer pay for her rent. She apparently had no choice but to go back to her parents' home. It also seems that even though her job hunting has not been going well, she had been living a lavish life and had gotten herself in quite a debt. After the collection letters arrived at her parents' place, her parents could no longer take it. The day after the collection letters, they drove Miss Moss out of their house. Having lost a place to stay, Miss Moss was last seen taking a train headed to Tokyo, but hasn't been seen since.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.